All right, everyone. In a previous video tutorial, I showed you how to create an opt-in form. So let me just scroll down here. And this is the opt-in form, the Aweber opt-in form that I showed you how to create. This is on the opt-in page in my fake WordPress website. So there is no company, Jimmy Joe's Marketing Company. And this site is for demonstration purposes only. Anything I'm teaching you here, I just want to let you know, is going to apply to other websites like Wix or Weebly, Dreamweaver, HTML, GoDaddy, website builders, etc., etc. However, let's go over here for a second. Now, at the end of this video, I need you to watch this video to the very end if you're using WordPress, because I'm going to show you how to create a cool custom Aweber opt-in form for a sidebar widget in WordPress. And there are definitely some steps that we don't cover in the first part of the video. There's some tips and tricks that you need to do in order to do this quickly, easily, and effectively in your sidebar widget in WordPress. Okay, let's get started. Let's go back here, opt-in, Facebook marketing. Let's click on that form again just to get our bearings. So there it is. There's the form. We're going to replace that with a cool custom Aweber opt-in form. Okay, step number one is to go to my Aweber account, and that would be here. Let me go back. I just want to go back to the dashboard. Okay, and here we are at the dashboard of my Aweber account. Step number one, always make sure you're working in the right Aweber list. I'm going to click down. You can see I have more than one list. This is the one I want to be working in, Facebook Marketing Report. If you have a free account, obviously you only have one list to choose from. If you have a paid Aweber account, you can have a bunch of lists to choose from. So you just want to make sure you're working in the right list. That's all, no big deal. So once you're sure you're in the right lists, we go to sign up forms. Now, as you can see, I've already created a couple of forms. This is the form we were just looking at. Let me click here to edit. And there you go. There's the form that we were just looking at. Now, we're going to create a new form. So let's go to sign up forms right now. Right, we're going to create the cool custom Aweber opt-in form. Let's click down here. You've got a choice between sign up form and split test. Split test is something I'll teach in an advanced course. You do not need that to get going right now and make money with your Aweber email list. Okay, so click sign up form. You've got a whole bunch of templates to choose from. We're just going to click on popular. Very simple. We're going to click on basic. Click. We're going to load that template. All right, so there it is. The footer, we don't need the footer, so we're just going to mouse over it, click delete. We don't need powered by Aweber email marketing, so we're going to click delete. We respect your email privacy. Definitely leave that in. There's no reason to take that out. Now, I need to get rid of the header. We're not going to use that, so I can mouse here and then try to get over to delete. Or I can just take my mouse and start, from the top right-hand side and move down until the header shows up and then click delete because we don't need it. Now, okay, now I'm going to mouse over name, click on the pencil, and we're going to modify name. You've got a choice between full name on one line, the two radio buttons. Your other choice is full name, which is first and last name, on two separate lines or two separate fields. If you're going to collect the full name, it's typically easier for the visitor to just fill that all out on one line, because two lines, two form fields looks like more work to most people and they're less likely to fill it out. So if you want to go one line, you can just go full name here. Or if you only want to use the first name, you can just put the first name here as well. Even though it says full name here, Aweber knows what you mean, what you want to do. If I have a space, a field for someone to put their name in, I require it. I really want them to have it. If I don't care whether or not they use the name field, I would just remove the field. But as long as it's there, I require it. So I'm going to click Save Field, and that's done. Mouse over email. You don't need to do much, but if you wanted to change it, you could. I'm just going to put in BEST space best email. Click Save Field. And we're done with that. Now we're going to modify the submit button. Just mouse over that, right? Go over to the pencil And like I said, I'm going to change the word submit because it's a psychological principle. It's subtle, but people basically don't like to submit to other people. So we're just going to change the text and make them just a tiny bit more likely to click on that button. Give me the report. You can put in whatever you want. I'm just kind of funning with you a little bit here, but you definitely want to change something other than submit. Now that we're here, if you look up in the left-hand corner, you can modify different aspects of this form. We want to make sure that we're in submit button. And once you're there, I'm going to click on the white. You can change font family, font size. Let's just change font family. I'm going to change it to Tahoma. I'm going to change font size. Let's make it 13. I'm going to change the, let's go change the font color. Now you can click up here and go white, but if it's a little off white and you want pure white, you just click 6 Fs. F 6 times. Frank, 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 Frank. Okay, so there are 6 Fs. That is pure white. Click OK. And you're done. Of course, you can't read it, so now you need to change the background color. So if I mouse over that, there it is. It says background color. I'm going to click on that. Click on that, and I can change the background color. Now, if you put the X, wherever you put the X is the color that you're choosing. If you leave it in the upper right-hand corner, it tends to select or show the brighter shades of the different colors that you're using. And then you can either click here or you can just click the arrow and drag up and down. I'm going to make it, let's go for blue first of all. Let's go with blue. I like that color blue right now. Save your form. Right? It says up here, your web form has been saved. We're in the design section. There are 3 sections. We're in the design section. We're going to go to settings, number 2. But the best way after you click save form is just click go to step 2. Right? We need to give the name the form a name. I'm going to call it Facebook Marketing Opt-in Page Custom. That way it won't get confused with the other form that I've already created. Now, for the thank you page, I want to go down here for the custom. So I need the URL. So let's go back up here. Now, in a previous video, you can see down here, right? See right here, this is the thank you page. We created this in the WordPress website on a previous video. This is the thank you page. It's just reminding people to go to the email and click on the confirmation link in their email. That's all this is for, the thank you page. Anyways, I'm going to click up here. If you click it once, it highlights the whole thing. If it didn't, you just press Control A to highlight all, or Command A in a Mac. Now I need to press Control C to copy the URL, the web address, and we're going to go back to Aweber. I'm going to go down where it says thank you page. I'm going to click custom page. See where it says enter your URL right there? Well, as soon as I click in this field, it changes to HTTPS. It's just reminding you to put in the HTTP protocol. You can't just put in, the domain name. You got to put the whole thing in there. Okay, so I have deleted that, obviously. Backspace or delete. Now I'm going to press Control Victor Command V on a Mac to paste. I'm just pasting in the URL to the thank you page, and I'm done. Already subscribed page. So if somebody signs up today and next month, next year, they try to sign up to the same list, there's a little generic message that Aweber generates just letting people know, hey, don't worry, you're already on the list. So I'm just going to leave the basic version is fine. The advanced settings, you may never ever need to use them, so we're not going to worry about them today. I can teach those to you in an advanced course. Let's click Save Your Form. Right? We're in settings. We just saved the form. And I'm going to click here to get to step 3. And that is, you can see we're in the Publish section. I'm going to click on I will install my own form, because that's exactly what we're going to do. Now you have 2 choices between JavaScript snippet. You can use that code, or you can use the HTML code. Now I'm going to click on the lower right-hand corner and drag it down. And now, ton of code there, ton of code, obviously, for the HTML. Now, if I go to JavaScript and click that little right-hand corner, there's not much code at all. As you can see, if you click it once, Sometimes it highlights the whole thing. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to do Control A to highlight all, Command A on a Mac, Control C to copy, Command C on a Mac. So that's the JavaScript. And that's going to generate the form in your web browser. So let's go back to the opt-in page. And we're going to replace this form with the cool custom form that we just created. So I'm going to click Edit. I'm using WordPress version 5.5 right now. I'm going to scroll down. And I could just delete the code right here in this block, but I'm just going to delete the whole block. I'm going to remove that block. All right. And then I'm going to click on this plus sign. I want to click on that, but that's not always visible right away. So if you have to search for it, just type in HTML. This pops up. And even though it's HTML, it says write your HTML code. This is also where you would put your JavaScript code. So I'm going to click in there. And now I'm going to press Control Victor to paste. Command V on a Mac. I'm going to take my cursor, click it in the white space on the right. I cannot save draft because we've already published it. So now I can just click Update, and that essentially saves it. I'm going to go down here to the lower left to view the page that we just modified, that we just added this new form to using the JavaScript code. And there it is. Apparently I forgot to save the background color. No big deal. So let's go back. And this is one of the advantages of using JavaScript. So that's really cool. When you use JavaScript, you modify the form in Aweber, and you don't have to repaste the code into the website. If I had used the HTML version and then wanted to go back and modify that form, I would then have to take this code and paste it back into the WordPress website, which is obviously annoying and a pain in the neck. So let's just go back here. We're in Publish. Let's go back to Design. Not a big deal. And that didn't take, I obviously forgot to click a save or something. Okay, so now that we're back in this section, we go to Submit button, right? We're going to click on Color. We're going to change the color to blue. Make sure that the X is in the upper right-hand corner to get the brighter shades of blue. And I'm going to click OK. I forgot to click OK originally. So click OK, that locks it in. Now I'm going to save my form. Your web form has been saved. We're going to scroll back down and you can see it is saved and all is right with the world. So now I'm going to go back to the opt-in page in the website where I have pasted the code for that form earlier. I'm just going to hit the refresh or reload button in the browser. And bing to bang to boom, doesn't that look beautiful? Now, I'm going to show you one other thing. We might change it. You know, see the blue kind of complements the blue and it does stand out a little bit. Sometimes you want to use buttons that are just a completely different color that kind of clash a little bit with the book cover or the DVD cover, and it makes it a little bit more noticeable. It's up to you, but let's just go back there and do that. We're in Submit button. We're going to change the background color. We've got it up here in the upper right, where the bright colors are. I'm going to scroll down here. We're going to go to the orange, and that looks like a good shade. Click Save Your Form. Once again, I forgot to click OK. So we're going to go down. That's a nice shade of orange. Click OK, right? Click in the white space. Click Save Your Form. The form has been saved. We go back here. We go to the browser. We hit refresh. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to creating your own cool custom Aweber opt-in form. Now, I'm going to show you right now how to do it in a sidebar widget. Once again, I'm just going to click on your any page here on the website, and we're going to do the same thing here. But if you're in Aweber, if you're in WordPress, there's a couple of extra steps you need to take. Alrighty, so let's go to the dashboard. This is the dashboard of the WordPress website I'm in. You want to go to Appearance. We're going to go to Widgets. We were working in the right sidebar. That's where you saw the form that I just showed you. And we want to add the Visual Editor widget to the sidebar widget section. Now, it says right here, this is a Black Studio Tiny MCE widget, and this allows you to insert rich text and media objects into your sidebar with ease. But in order to get this widget into the back end of your WordPress website, you need to install the Black Studio Tiny MCE widget. So let's show you how to do that. Let's go to Plugins, click on Install Plugins, or Installed Plugins. We've already installed this plugin right here. That's why you were able to see that widget. It is called, it says it creates or adds the visual editor widget that we just saw. It's created by Black Studio. So if you wanted to add it, you would just click Add New, and you would search for it here. We're going to go back to Appearance Widgets because we've already installed it. Right? And so let's go to, click here. It's going to go in the right sidebar. I just need to add that widget. And it's done. We have two tabs. We've got a visual and a text. I'm going to stay in the visual for now. I'm going to add media. Click Add Media. I'm going to the media library. We've already uploaded this book cover, ebook cover, from my hard drive earlier in an earlier video. So I'm going to click here once, scroll down, and there are different sizes. I'm going to go with the 300 by 300. Now, I know that the width in this particular WordPress theme on the sidebar, it's only 200 wide, but I know this will work because the WordPress website will resize the image to fit into the sidebar. So click Insert into Post, and there it is. So I can, resize a little bit here. I'm going to put it down to 250 just to show you that you can resize it, 250 or so. And even though that's still a little too wide for the sidebar area, WordPress knows enough to squish it in and resize it proportionally. I'm going to save my work. Okay. Let's just go to, I'm just going to go to Marketing Services. And we can see it's there. We just have to add the form under it. So let's go back to the Aweber account. We're going to make sure we're on the right email list. We're going to click Sign Up Forms. And you can see there's already a sidebar widget. So I'm going to create another one for you right now. And this is why it's important to label them. Click Sign Up Form. You want to label them so you don't get them mixed up if you have more than one. All right, we're going to go to Popular. This is not the one we want to use. We want to go to Popular. We want to go to Basic. We are going to click Load Template. We're going to do this real quick. We're going to get rid of the footer. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to scroll up here. We're going to get rid of the header. We don't need to modify name and email. We already know how to do that. I'm going to modify the text and submit to give me the report. Click Save Field. We're in the Submit button section to modify font size and color. Family, I'm going to change the family this time. Let's go with Arial. Let's change font size to 14. And let's change the font color. I do like white. I can just click up here. Okay, and it's a little off-white, but it's good enough. Click OK. You can't read it, so we need to change the background color. And once again, I'm going to move this, click up here to the upper right. I'm going to click down here to orange. That's a nice shade of orange, I think. Click OK again. Save your form. Your form has been saved. It says that up there. Scroll down, go to step 2. We're going to give the form a name, and we're just going to call this widget number 2, in case you want to test out the effectiveness of different opt-in forms. Okay, thank you page. Let's go with the custom thank you page. That means we're going to go up here, click there once again, Control A to highlight all, Control C to copy. We're going to go back here, click there. We're going to click on custom page, click there, delete that, Control Victor to paste, click in the white space, save your form. Your form has been saved. We're going to go down here, go to step 3. We're in the publish section. I'm going to install my own form. Click there once. It usually highlights the whole thing, but just to make sure, we're going to scroll down there. And like I said before, if it doesn't work, I'm going to go do Control A, Control C, Command A and Command C on a Mac. And we'll go back to the widget areas here. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. You want to go in the text tab. Click on the text tab. Now the code in here is the code that's used to generate that image. That's why you see that little IMG right there. That stands for image. So I'm going to click enter or return a couple of times, and I'm going to paste that code in, Control Victor, Command V on a Mac. So this is the form, the code for the form. And now I'm going to be careful not to delete the code, but I'm going to hit delete in Windows. So there it is. I don't want there to be any space between the book cover and the form below. And this adding paragraph tags is going to add a little extra space that you don't need. So we're going to deselect that. I'm going to click save. I'm going to click save again, so I get that little done. I'm going to click done. We are going to go to, let's go to the marketing page. I'm going to hit refresh, right? And there's the form right there. It looks decent. Okay, so now let's just test it out to make sure it works, make sure it's functional, and we'll be done. I'm going to put in my little demonstration email address, click the link. We just got redirected to the thank you page. It's reminding us to go check the email. We're going to check the email. We're going to click here, hit refresh. And there it is. It's from Jimmy Joe. Response required. Click once here. Click confirm my subscription. We've set all this up in a previous video, if you'll remember. Click confirm my subscription. Bing da bang da boom. There's the report. Let's click on the image. And there you go. So we have just covered how to create a cool custom opt-in form using Aweber. I'm going to hit refresh right now. This is what it used to look like. This is what it looks like right now. You also get it in the sidebars, widgets, using the method that I taught. Let's hit refresh again. And there you go. And that's all there is to it. It makes your opt-in forms look a little more professional. I hope you found this helpful. Take care and have a great day.